Zero UK. Yeah, in August Underground, they cut off this girl's nipple and rubbed poop on it.
Poop on nipples?
It's gross. It's
That is sexy.
Wild Zero UK. That was my brother. I've done exactly the same with. All right. Jerry Lee X. What are some of your favorite authors and favorite books? When I'm in like school and stuff, usually anything I'm assigned to read, I always enjoy. Usually because when you're in class, they're not going to give you some piece of crap, bottom of the barrel garbage, and you usually read some pretty good stuff. But I do like, I've read my fair share of Stephen King, a couple Clive Barker here and there. I've read one H.P. Lovecraft story. Isn't that pathetic? I've only read one. And to be honest, it scared the shit out of me. I don't get really scared from movies, but I mean, I don't know why this story got me. Indie Phantom. Hey man, what do you think are some of the hottest female victims in horror slasher films, any era? Ooh, victims? I would consider Rose McGowan a victim in Planet Terror because I love Rose McGowan. Leanna Quigley, if I say her name, I always say her name wrong. In Return of the Living Dead, trash. Oh my god. She's awesome. Who else is there? Trying to think of victims. The girl who gets her throat slit in the burning on the tree. She's hot. Ellen Goff, question, would you come to the UK to meet a really nice goth girl that thinks you are hot? If I had money to go across the country, I'm sure I could meet you, but I'd be flying everywhere buying DVDs, too. Horror reviews 1, 2, 3. Do you consider Jaws a horror movie? Yeah, I consider Jaws a horror movie. It kind of spawned a whole subgenre of horror movie, animal attacks. I mean, it could happen. It's far-fetched, but it probably wouldn't. So I consider it really a horror movie. I mean, just because it's a great movie, a lot of people will try to be like, it's a thriller, it's a suspense thriller. Silence Lambs is no horror movie. Seven isn't a horror movie. They're not exactly horror movies sometimes, but other times they're straight horror movies, and they just don't want to call them horror movies because they don't think that they'll have any chance to win any awards. Jaws is a horror movie. Who's your favorite Universal monster? Creature from the Black Lagoon. And then the Wolfman. Do you think that the deaths and faces of death are real or staged? Some are real. Like, some are obviously staged. I mean, you don't get 7 camera angles when you guys are just out casually boat riding. You don't have one guy on the beach, one guy in the boat, one guy in a helicopter. You know, they just have too many camera angles sometimes to be realistic, and it's got to be staged. It's some of it's fake. But some of the stuff like the airplane scene, like the planes crashing and all those bodies laying on the ground, or like an autopsy, that stuff's pretty much real. 2 girls and 1 cop or Cannibal Holocaust, which is more disturbing? Ooh, completely different kinds of disturbing. But there's that one video, that guy from like Ukraine or something, and there's these 3 kids are beating him to death. Lucy Justin sent that to me. Jesus, man, it made me sick as hell. But I watched it like 12 times with other people just to watch their faces get sick as hell, because that's the kind of person I am. But faces, 2 girls, 1 cup's like what, a minute of pure disgust. Cannibal Holocaust, I love. I'd probably watch Cannibal Holocaust again, unless I was really busy and then I just suffer through the cup. I love Cannibal Holocaust though. Cool for doing another video question. Lucy Justin. Oh, I already answered your question first because you blackmailed me. Just kidding out there. Nick Carroll, 66. On average, how many films do you watch a week? Some weeks I'll feel like I'll probably watch like maybe like 5. Some I'll watch 2. Some I'll probably watch 7. I get in moods where I'll watch like a few movies in one day and then not watch for a couple days. It depends. Out of your entire collection, how many films have you not got to watch yet? You know, I tend to watch a lot of the same movies over and over again, so I'd say about 40% I haven't seen. Maybe less, maybe more, give or take, not sure. Out of the horror movies, at least, I pretty much watch all of my non-horror movies because I don't buy non-horror movies unless I know they're going to be good or they are good. Jarashut. Do you ever think you'll outgrow horror? That's a tough question because one time I was obsessed with horror ever since I can remember, 4 or 5 years old. And my brother used to make fun of me sometimes for liking it because a lot of people think I was like going to grow up to be some mass serial killer or some shit because I was ADHD, hyper, and always weird. Sitting there drawing pictures of Nightbreed and stuff, and I couldn't draw with this shit. It's just red blood everywhere on the paper. People were like, what is this crap? I'm like, But Outgrow horror. At one point, I was like, horror's not that cool when I was like 12, and then I realized, like, yeah, it is. I don't think I'll ever outgrow it. You know, my genre taste might change, might get more complex, but I think I'll always come crawling back. I'm gonna have so much trouble. Krato, Zoro, 66666. Where did your screen name come from? You mean Mrparka? I don't know. I just kind of made that up like 5, 6 years ago. Mrparka or Grizzle Nizzle, my actual AIM screen name. AIM screen name is like 6 years old too. We thought it'd be funny. We all made little like rapish names or something. I don't know why. It just never got changed. Exorcist 2 Heretic, yea or nay? Have not seen it. I have it. I hear the third one's really underrated, but I don't know. I haven't watched any of them but one and the beginning. Hostile is a metaphor for the Iraq War. Did I just ruin everything it had going for it? I hated to begin with, but when how Eli Roth said that? That's what you said. He said it was not metaphor for. Sorry, belch there. There we go. You got it out there. Sorry about that. Oh, that's just. I don't. Hostile's all right. I loved Cabin Fever. Hostile was all right. Hostile 2 was crap. Metaphor for Iraq War. I think he's reaching a bit there. What's your favorite childhood memory involving horror movies? Going to the video store at age 4 and just smelling that like dusty kind of smell and just like running through the aisles and grabbing like big cases that looked retarded and had like cartoons on them and like they were like painted portraits of awesome monsters and they weren't even in the movies but you didn't give a shit. You couldn't rent them anyway. I'd always go up to my mom like, Mom, can I rent this? Rent this? I was like 4 or 5. She's like, not until you're older. I'd come back 2 weeks later. I'm older now. Can I rent it? And she'd be like, no. But some more questions.